Hi everyone, welcome to Maximum Attack Rallying and to your Thursday dose of rallying nonsense. And it's definitely nonsense today because following a World Motorsport Council meeting in Uzbekistan, the FIA have released more information about the 2027 regulations for the World Rally Championship. Oh, do I want to talk about this? Do I want to talk about this? I do. So we have nothing new on the technical front. So based on the information that's been released previously, we know that the cars will be based on a space frame chassis. We know that they'll use Rally 2 style engines and transmissions. And we know that costs will be capped at €345,000 per car. Would this be a good time to mention my Say No to Space Frames merchandise? I think it might. Do check out the merch store. There are other things on there as well. Other Maximum Attack Rallying merchandise. Go and have a look for t-shirts and hats and other things. I would very much appreciate your support. Anyway, back to the regulations announced yesterday. So they were more around homologation and changes to the way that manufacturers are kind of identified in terms of the championship. So essentially, to account for the fact that WRC27 cars can be built by tuners and not just manufacturers, we're basically switching to an F1 style-ish constructor championship. So a constructor is defined as the entity that designs, builds and submits the completed car to the FIA for homologation, as well as selling complete cars and parts. These constructors will be required to build 10 cars within 2 years of homologation, and they must be able to supply 10 cars every year thereafter. It's also slightly weirdly possible for a constructor to supply another constructor with an incomplete car. Presumably that is so a constructor can buy a chassis from someone else if they don't have the capability to make those chassis themselves. Those cars that they sell, or incomplete cars that they sell, are included in that minimum 10 unit production. And just like now, the homologation cycle for cars will be 10 years. And also this regulation cycle is set to last for 10 years. So lots and lots of tens. A few other little snippets. So constructors will be required to register for the WRC in order to be granted homologation for a WRC27 car. The FIA have made a little bit of dispensation to try and encourage teams to participate if they can't get up to speed immediately. So a new constructor will be allowed to only contest 50% of the championship in their first season, provided they have a 2-car team and provided that they complete the full season the following year. Obviously, there's lots and lots of fluff in this about creating a strong foundation for the future of the championship and clarity and all of that kind of stuff, despite the fact we still don't know the full details of the technical regulations, not to mention the fact that Toyota are the only ones that have admitted that they're working on a 2027 car, and the fact that Lancia has committed to Rally 2 and that Hyundai and M Sport have both said, well, if we're there in 2027, it will be with a Rally 2 car. It's weird, isn't it? Obviously, those Rally 2 cars I mentioned will be eligible for overall wins and for overall championship points. So it's a very strange situation. And I don't know about you, but I have questions. So firstly, are there going to be 10 people actually willing to buy these cars every year from all these different constructors we're promised if Rally 2 machinery is still being sold? I'm not so sure about that. Secondly, with this partial homologation and the ability for one constructor to sell an incomplete car to another, how much of that car will one constructor be allowed to sell? And does that mean that we're going to end up with cars that are essentially identical but have different bodywork attached to them? Because obviously you're going to be allowed to scale bodywork or come up with your own design of bodywork. There was talk of Toyota doing something along those lines to allow Subaru to enter the WRC, so maybe that's possible. I think thirdly, does anyone even care at this point? Is anyone actually going to build these cars? Is anyone actually interested? When 2 of the 3 existing manufacturers have basically said that they won't have a car ready for 2027, and and Lancia, as I said, backing Rally 2, it's hard not to feel like the whole thing has just failed before it's even started. We are told, of course, that others are interested, but until someone admits it publicly, it doesn't look great for the credibility of the FIA in my mind. You know, time will tell, I suppose. You know, maybe we'll get a raft of announcements in the coming weeks and months, and we'll see loads and loads of these new cars in 2027 and 2028. Honestly, though, meh, I just don't care. For me, space frames, scaled bodies, nondescript constructor cars that don't even resemble a production car, it just flies in the face of everything that rallying is about, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. And if we wanted to involve private companies to build cars, which is a good thing, I'm all for that, why don't we just save a load of effort and allow those private companies to homologate Rally 2 cars themselves without the need to have a manufacturer involved, which has pretty much been the case with AP4 cars for years. So why not just extend that globally? I don't really understand why we've spent a year or more writing a set of regulations that no one really seems to want, and that, as I said, fundamentally go against the spirit of rallying, and don't even answer the demands and the questions of some of the manufacturers involved right now. You know, Hyundai don't actually seem to like these regulations very much. So, I don't know, so much for a strong foundation to me. It just seems like an answer to a question that nobody had really asked and that had already been answered by Rally 2. Anyway, enough of me complaining. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Am I right to be grumpy about this, or am I missing the genius of the FIA? Do let me know in the comments below. While you're there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Other than that, I will just say thank you for watching as always, and I will see you again next time.